training?
Not really good. Obviously, the boys were all happy with the win at the weekend. It always gives them an extra lift. So, no, we've just got to make sure we keep doing the right things and go and get another result this weekend.
You will have taken confidence from that performance, especially the defensive side of it.
Of course, I think for us, clean sheets are going to be massive this year. It's always difficult to win games of football, but if you can get clean sheets with the players we've got, then you're always expected to score goals. Guys like Lee Connolly, who scored, obviously gets off the score sheet 2 weeks ago, scores his first goal, scores again this weekend. But he's created a lot of goals for us as well. So hopefully that gives him a wee bit of confidence and goes on and scores 10, 15 goals, because he's more than capable of doing that as well.
There's players throughout the team now that can push forward and create the chances and cause real problems. So it gives you that threat from the back to the front.
No, you need that, and the pleasing thing as well at the weekend is we actually looked threatening at set pieces as well. I think Roberto was really unlucky not to score. And if I'm right, somebody else had a chance for the set piece as well. I think it was Ruben had a shot, the keeper saved for a corner as well. So we look threatening at set pieces, and it helps when you've got chances like that spread throughout the team. Good deliveries in the box, attacking the ball well, and hopefully score more goals than we lose at set pieces.
There's a lot of players came in this season, like of Ruben and Josh DeBale, and players that have come from down south that people up here don't know much about. Do you think that that's caused a bit of surprise amongst teams that, you know, we've now got players that people don't really know?
It's a huge turnover of players every year, and it's difficult to get players in. You look at probably Arbroath, who's been really successful since the start of the season. Really settled squad probably over the last 4 years. So it is difficult when you're continually bringing in a number of players. But I've been lucky enough, the players we've brought in have done really well. They've come in trial, we've had a good look at them, a chance to assess them, and obviously they've hit the ground running, so that's always pleasing.
You talked here about Arbroath. They're certainly going well and made a great start to the season.
Yeah, it's still really early in the season, we know that, but it's always good to get a few wins. They're scoring a lot of goals at the moment, and don't seem to be conceding many, so that's always a good mixture. So we know we're going to be in for a tough test. They have got good players, especially going forward. They've brought in the boys at Nibble from Livingston, who seems to be doing really well for them. And then guys like McKenna, who's been there for a number of years, has obviously popped up with a few goals as well. So we know we're going to have to be well aware of them, but we've got to make sure we cause them problems, especially at home. I don't think our record's been good enough at home, so hopefully we can change that on Saturday.
A lot of people talk about Arbroath being part-time, but that goes for nothing these days, does it?
No, they're part-time, but they'll be paying the same money as us. That's realistically, that's the kind of money they're paying. So no, it's going to be tough. They've got good players, an experienced group with some really good individuals. Always hard to play against. Big physical team that have got a really good a good style of play that suits them. So Dick will have them well organised. I'm sure they're hard to beat, but we've got to make sure we go there and try and make sure we pass the ball well, create chances, defend well, and hopefully come out on top.
You talked there about the home record. Over the last couple of seasons, it's not really been what you want it to be, but you say it's quite early in the season, but you need to start, or you want to start picking up those.
Obviously it'd be great, the home record to be good. We want to try and win as many games as possible, and it's always, I think, especially in front of your own fans, you want to go and win games. At home, you need to make it a hard place for teams to come. So we've managed to win away from home a couple of games. So there's no reason why we can't start winning at home. We need to make sure it's the same type of performances. We've got to be difficult to beat, stop losing cheap goals. And sometimes when you're at home, that's what happens. You feel as though we need to go and attack all the time. We need to go and leave yourself maybe a wee bit wide open at the back, and you lose too many goals because you're maybe trying to force it a little bit. So we've got to be disciplined, make sure we don't lose goals, and hopefully attack well and take our chances when they come along.
What about team-wise? Obviously, Aidan came in last week, sitting on the bench, and then we've got a couple of injuries as well. How's that all going?
Yeah, well, Josh Todd and Ali Roy, they're progressing well. Whether they're going to be ready for this weekend, I think it's doubtful. Young Charlie, he was back training yesterday, so that's a major bonus. And then you've got guys like Aidan Fitzpatrick, who's just getting up to speed, Alex Cooper, Udoka, who've all been out for, not done much probably over the last month or so. So it's going to take a wee bit of time getting them up to full speed.